everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here, and I got some, I guess you call this a Hollywood hot take. There's going to be some Hollywood stuff in it. But let me talk to you a little bit about revenge. The Democrats are having a meltdown over Amy Coney Barrett. Schumer threatens GOP for confirming Barrett. That is an empty threat. They're not going to pack the court. They're not. Nor should they. Because they know what would happen if they did. If they pack the court, then the conservatives will pack it when it's their turn. And that will become the norm, and you'll have hundreds and hundreds of court, justices. This is the way it goes. You nominate justices, and sometimes they work out, and sometimes they don't. Justice Roberts was supposed to be a conservative pick. He votes with the liberals all the time. So, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But, the Dems are just posturing. And you got Kamala, illegitimate Justice Amy Coney Barrett. We won't forget this. It's a threat for who exactly? What does that mean? We won't forget this. You mean the exact thing you would have done, the exact thing you set your party up to do. Your party changed the rules. Mitch McConnell told you not to change the rules. You changed the rules, so you only needed 51 votes to confirm a justice. You did it. You're the idiots. If you hadn't changed the system, you wouldn't have gotten beat this time around. The Republicans would have put up some justices, and you would have argued against them. You probably would have thrown Amy Coney Barrett right under the bus for made-up, stupid reasons, and Trump would have said, "Okay, I guess we're gonna have to. This is ridiculous. They're blocking my court appointees. We're gonna name another one." And he'd have to keep throwing justices at you until either one election and you guys decided to confirm somebody, or until, he had a recess appointee. I don't know if he could do it with a justice. Maybe eventually. I don't know. Eventually, you would have been forced to pick somebody, and Trump probably would have been forced to pick somebody who was a little less conservative. But you guys, you will forget. Oh, you absolutely will forget, because you're not packing the court. I don't believe it for a second. And oh wait, I jumped ahead. Oh yeah, so celebrities have come out in force, horrified at Amy Coney Barrett, because they're all just looking to virtue signal, I guess, because they don't really know what they're talking about. Revolting, disgusting, unconscionable, Michael Moore tweeted. What? To nominate a woman who's pretty amazing and pretty qualified for the job. How is it revolting and disgraceful? Oh, because you don't agree with her potential views? She's not going to overturn Roe v. Wade. She's not. She might put a limit on it, if there's ever any challenge to it. But, John Cryer, here are all the crying celebrities. John Cryer, of course. He's usually not too bad. Although he said, truly a shameful day for every Republican senator who ever voted for them. Expand the court, Patton Oswalt demanded. Yeah, Patton's really, in my view, lost a lot of... I wouldn't support Patton anymore. I used to like him, but, now it's just like, dude, it's one thing to have political opinions. I get it, but expand the court? We lost, so change the rules. She is one of our nation's most brilliant legal scholars, and she will make an outstanding justice on the highest court in our land, the president said. It's highly fitting that Justice Barrett fills the seat of a pioneer woman, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Michael Moore tweeted a bunch of stuff. Michael Moore, of course, has lost, in my view, a ton of credibility over the years. You know, so I mean, I guess you'll just have to deal with your many mansions and millions of dollars, Michael. I don't know. Deborah Messing, of course, she's Will and Grace star. She's very politically active and angry. Rosie O'Donnell, Biden blue landslide. I don't know. I think it's going to be the opposite, Rosie. Amy Brenneman, who's that? I don't know. Actress Mia Farrow, labeled Coney Barrett and a fringe extremist. By what metric? Elizabeth Banks, who's gotten very haughty over the years, I think. We deserve so much better than old white men deciding everything. Doesn't even make any sense, Elizabeth. She's a woman. Seth MacFarlane, and Seth is a lot smarter than most. But, he kind of, in my view, he got really mad in 2016, and I think he quit Twitter in a huff, and then quietly came back. But here's what he wrote: "The cemented conservative majority on the Supreme Court will be a hard lesson for many people on the importance of voting, a lesson that will last for decades. Unfortunately, all the marches and protests in the world can't reverse voter apathy in 2016. This time around, vote." Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. That's a much more moderate stance. He's got more moderate, and that's what really everybody should have said. But you've got too many people who are just reacting emotionally. Mark Ruffalo, of course, got to weigh in. 3 of the justices on the Supreme Court were put there by presidents who lost the popular vote. There was just the unjust denial of Obama's pick in Merrick Garland, and now the travesty of Amy Coney Barrett by president 10 points behind in the polls. Oh, bad citing there, Ruffalo. The polls are wrong. Comedian left-wing activist Billy Eichner, vote them out, all in caps, and vote in person if you can. Oh, now we're voting in person. No. Seinfeld writer Larry Charles called Coney Barrett corrupt and unqualified. Based on what? Now that the oligarchy and kleptocracy have forced through another corrupt, unqualified Supreme Court justice, do the Democrats have the courage and will to immediately take the steps to undo it? No, because most of the oligarchs are supporting the Democrats, Larry. I mean, come on. Get out of that ivory tower. The Democrats are clearly the establishment in this election. Several celebrities tweeted out the same message. 6-3 doesn't represent me. Flip states blue. Stop the GOP. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Jason Alexander. Oh my God, they all tweeted the same thing. What do they got? The same press agent, Christina Applegate. Oh, that kills me. Kills me. She's in this. I'm such a fan of her. I was so in love with her when she was on Married with Children. And then, of course, there was one more. Yeah, Mayim Bialik suggests replacing Amy Coney Barrett with her Big Bang Theory character in the Supreme Court. No. No, thank you. I can't stand the Big Bang Theory. I could think of other characters, maybe. But maybe it's not a great idea to replace a Supreme Court justice with an actress playing a character. Yeah, I assume this is a joke. Yeah, I'm sure she's just tweeting. And finally, speaking of Hollywood, Hunter Biden, whose scandal is just unending, apparently went to West Hollywood and had an orgy with some Russians. I don't know where they got these pictures. But Gateway Pundit found the blackmail photos. And he went out to West Hollywood and had an orgy. This apparently is the orgy. The tattoo on one of the girls apparently is a sex trafficking tattoo. They speculate in the article. and some of the acts were captured on the CCTV cameras. This guy, and then one of the people had a Russian passport. So accuse your enemy of that of which you are guilty. And that's all I have to say about that. So that's Hollywood. Angry, whiny, full of unsolicited sex and Russians, and you know, it's just nuts. Hollywood, the Bidens collide, and maybe they deserve each other.